Usanga tuwangishe yema
tabu kwangishi wasanga tuwangishi
emenya tabuke mongishi usanga tuwangishe yema
tabu kwangishi wasanga tuwangishi
tabu kwangishe usanga tuwangishe yema
tabu kwangishi wasanga tuwangishi
emenya tabuke mongishi usanga tuwangishi tabuke mongishi nyasange tuwangishe ye iuya mwangimbi asanga tuwangishi iuya mwangimbi asanga sizo ikuswema iuya mwangimbi asanga sizo ikuswema mushi wa maetu asanga tenena
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 Yeah, this day is the last day being in Zambia. After 24 years here in Zambia. Because I've never gone away from this place. I was born here. I did all my school just here, so I never even went out. So for it to be, you know, the last day of being here, you know, I can't really believe it. It's like a dream.
Since the end of Angola's devastating civil war, millions of people, like Celestine, have made the long journey home. For them, returning to Angola means more than the simple joy of going home. It means the end of life as a refugee.
Being a refugee, just the name itself, a refugee, is a sad name. When someone is called a refugee, it's really someone who is chased from his own original country and then goes to a neighbor country. You know, in that neighbor country, maybe it doesn't have freedom to do anything that it feels like. And so I have hope that there everything will be okay. I'm going to do my best that I'm going to gain a living, just a good one than the one I had here.
But for Celestine and his fellow returnees, the imminent journey home also brings fear. Fear of the unfamiliar. Fear of the unknown. Fear that the fighting could yet resume.
People like us, we are not used to running. We are not really used to, so it's really, you know, although we are going, we are just happy because we are told, you know, that country is, you know, is very rich in minerals. You know, we are just happy to go there, but fear is there. Fear of war is there.
Bye bye, we Zambia. Shala no busuma, bye bye.
In Luau town, Moshiko province, the scars of war are still fresh. Moshiko bore the brunt of some of the war's heaviest fighting, and its people have paid a heavy price. Even though the war has now ended, the challenges they face resettling here are formidable. Angola's health and education sectors are in ruin after years of war and neglect, and in most cases, the social services that refugees enjoyed in the camps are vastly superior to those that await them on return.
Angola signed the peace accord about 2.5 years ago in April 2002. And since then, the amount of movement in the country has really been extraordinary. About 3.8 million people have already returned home. But, you know, once they get home, the question is, what do they find when they get there? People are returning to places where their homes have been destroyed, where all infrastructure has been destroyed. There are no houses, there are no health posts, there are no schools. I mean, all the things that need to be in place so that people can reestablish their livelihoods. And because of that, most people, when people are returning, they're clinging to the provincial centers and the municipal centers where those resources are available.
Robert Kayombo came back to Angola 6 months ago. He says that shortages of food and lack of schools are the most urgent problems.
Because many people are coming from Congo and in Zambia. I think at least there is 20 or 30 something thousand of people. So what they need is food. And that food which is given to the people is not enough for them. And for about of the education, in Congo and in Zambia, most of children have educated well. And most of them have completed the schools. And here we are seeing many pupils, and less of them are going to school.
And with the vast majority of returnees clinging to the few towns and cities where limited facilities do exist, the ability of these already vulnerable communities to cope is tested once again. But a darker danger awaits the millions of people returning home. Landmines. Throughout Angola, millions of mines remain hidden underground, where they lie in wait for the unsuspecting. A number of demining groups are working throughout the country to try and clear the cruelest legacy of Angola's 30-year civil war. But they are the first to admit the enormity of the challenge they face.
Mike Alpha Golf 2, Mike Alpha Golf 2.
Teresa Tavares works for the British-based charity Mines Advisory Group, or MAG.
Well, the situation in Moshiko, as I think it's public knowledge that Moshiko is one of the most heavily mined provinces in Angola. A lot of fighting went on in Moshiko since the 70s, all the way through the end of the war. Luau the situation is quite problematic at the moment because due to the big influx of returnees coming from Congo and from Zambia. People are returning, and there's many minefields, and they're building their houses inside of the minefields. Mainly because of lack of land. Luau, majority of people are returning. They want to be based in the sede in Luau. The demand for land is big. These were the bairros, the old neighborhoods where they used to live before, and they're keen to return to their land of origin. And unfortunately, the mines are there.
Simão Ventura is one of MAG's team leaders. His team is currently working in an area of Luau called Giga, where many returnees have settled.
The old sticks, yellow sticks, where we have found the mine is here in Giga.
In order to clear the minefields as fast as possible, MAG is constantly recruiting and training new deminers, many of whom are ex-combatants. Pinto is one such trainee, and after today's training session, he travels to the Luau reception centre. As he arrives at the centre, he sees that a new convoy of returnees has just come in from the Zambian border, including Celestine and his family. After registering their arrival, they're directed to the Assembly Hall, where Pinto and his colleagues are preparing a mine awareness demonstration. Outside the Assembly Hall, a remarkable reunion takes place, when Celestine's mother recognises Pinto as an uncle of Celestine. They've not seen one another for more than 16 years.
What comes to my mind is always happiness, always. For example, the way we have found my uncle here. It has been a long time since we missed that man. And up to now, I can't believe it that he's really the one.
The following day, Pinto takes his nephew to an area of Luau called Retornados, where many returnees are settling, to see for himself the very real danger of landmines and to offer some advice.
Place where we are going to be given to stay, please check if there is a sign of mine. Don't be there, my brother. You understand?
Yeah, very much. So it's a dangerous situation like this to stay in a place like this. That's why I'm very, very surprised to see a post just behind the house, and then they construct their own house like that, and then with a big family like this. So I'm very surprised, and you know, it's a dangerous situation like this.
But despite the prevalence of mines in Retornados, the people keep coming. Vesa Mwangala is the Soba, or chief of Retornados.
Munukatala chipukuzu kukambu kuhanjika kuli yetu lukalu lwa kuipi do karuina nehela ngwa tongola ngalation elutornato kushuku ya kwekako.
Apart from the mines, how does Celestine feel about being home for the first time in his life?
You know, I'm very happy just to see people around, you know, seeing different types of building, how good it has been some years ago, you know, seeing, you know, trucks that have been burned, you know, a train. In my life, I've never even seen a train, and I've seen it, you know, things like that. I'm very happy about it. You know, I'm feeling as if I'm not even a refugee again. In a way, that fear is going slowly, 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 remaining just a slow one. I know for sure I'm not feeling as if I'm a refugee. Otherwise, I feel as if this is really my country. People, really, these countries are completely destroyed. There are buildings that are completely destroyed. There are families that are really separated. So those families that are coming in, you know, they don't have anywhere to go on. So we need organizations, we need other people to donate and then help the people around here. They are really suffering, and, you know, we need to rebuild. There's a lot that we need to do in this country.
But if Angola's safe passage to peace and development is to be assured, it will require more than the effort of returnees like Celestine. Although the humanitarian emergency is finally over, Angola faces a structural emergency that presents almost as many challenges to the country's future stability. And if these challenges are not effectively met, there are no guarantees that Angola will not once more slide into crisis.